Mark S. and I are here at the Sumnerville Cemetery. As you can see by some of the graves laying flat on the ground, but we're still finding some very, very nicely preserved graves. I would almost say by that one there, it is probably Civil War. And husband and wife right here, maybe even children since they're all in a row.
1st Michigan Cavalry.
1st Michigan Cavalry.
Company H.
Company H. Mark S. and I are here at the Sumnerville Cemetery. As you can see by some of the graves laying flat on the ground, but we're still finding some very, very nicely preserved graves. I would almost say by that one there, it is probably Civil War. And husband and wife right here, maybe even children since they're all in a row.
1st Michigan Cavalry.
1st Michigan Cavalry.
Company H.
Company H.
I can't make up for that.
This right here is Clara. That one there is completely washed clean. This one's Sarah. Parsons, 1837 it looks like. Died 1 year, 1 year, 8 months, 3 days. There's a lot here. It's a lot of, well here, hold on, I'll show you. There are a lot of flattened stones, which right here is the west. So as you can imagine, the wind cutting through that thin woods right there hits these things head on, especially during the winter storms. This one here is completely snapped off and laying flat on the ground. As with that one, that one.
Years old.
2 years old. Sergeant John Putnam, 5th Artillery Infantry Regiment, New York Militia, War of 1812, May 13th, 1788 to May 14th, 1867. Rest in peace, Sergeant. You say 22nd?
22nd
volunteer something. It's like there's 3 letters.
Hmm.
I can't tell.
Yeah, some of them are in really bad shape. That's definitely volunteer. I can see that. Repeat all that.
All right. Benjamin Brunel, private in War of 1812, serving in Captain Brunel's New York militia, receiving bounty land for his service. 1887, died January 3rd, 1865, age 77.
I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Look at that symbol right there. Right here, this one says Father. You can barely make it out on the surface. But then as you come over here, there's no surface to make out. It's completely gone. Josiah Putnam Sr., Private, 17th Regiment, Pennsylvania Militia, War of 1812. March 17th, 1793, July 15th, 1881.
Got a bio on this guy.
Hey guys, we're back over here at Private Putnam. Mark actually found a bio on this fella. What'd you find out?
In October 1825, Mr. Putnam and his wife Anna and their 2-year-old daughter Ziltha packed up their belongings, including 3 oxen, 17 head of cattle, left Fort Wayne, Indiana for Michigan. Their first stop at Niles, and then on November 18th, moved into a small shanty on the Pokagon Prairie, becoming Cass County's first permanent settlers.
Archibald Robertson Sr. Definitely has him listed as a veteran. Okay, this Alexander Robertson is on the other side of Archibald Robertson that I just took a video of. This one here doesn't give a cause of death. This one here is consumption. There's Elizabeth. No cause. Now this one's actually very unusual. We have a headstone here coming out this way, and a headstone here coming out this way. But the rest of them in the row are pointing that way, which tells me they built this wall for this personal land. Voila. Right over the top of the interned. As you guys can see, there is a lot of old graves out here. People born old enough to serve in the Revolutionary War, and surviving long enough to come back here and, by the looks of things, colonize the Pokagon, Michigan area. It's going to be an interesting evening. Real interesting. Don't you think so?
Very.
I keep telling you guys on the live chat, he's going to be my Aaron. We start seeing a lot of light anomalies and stuff like that. I'm tying him to a grave, and I'm going back to the command center. I'll call his wife and tell her he's lost.
We'll see about that.
I
don't know.
He might be bigger, but I'm older, and he's a Yankee.
Good shot, Yankee, as well.
All right, guys, we got photos of all of the oldest gravestones in this place. Right now, it is pretty much a wait until dark situation, so we can turn on the camera, put the handheld system on this thing, and see what we can find. But I'm really seriously thinking, if we found what we found at a little place like OTI's, what can you find in a place that's even older? And somewhere right here in this area are the Potawatomi Mounds, the Sumnerville Mounds. They're old Hopewell burial mounds. They were found here when this place was, when Sumnerville was founded. The Hopewell Indians from the Mississippi Basin were up this far. We just made a really cool discovery back over on the last aisle by the road. There's a set of brothers by the name of Edwards. One was born in I think 34, the other one was born in 42, 1834, 1842. One died in 1870, and the other one died into the 20th century. All right, it's all you, Mark.
What's interesting about this marker was, even though he's Civil War, but the acronym USCHA. If anyone doesn't know what that stands for, stands for United States Colored Heavy Artillery. Something that you don't see every day on a standard Civil War headstone.
Oh no, especially not buried out here amongst white troops and stuff. Back in that time period, they normally had a spot set aside for them in the cemetery, if they were even allowed in the same cemetery. Fascinating.
Let's see if I can...
24th Michigan Infantry.
Yep. My boys, 1930.
Huh.
And I had the honor of escorting Lincoln's body down to Springfield. Started all the way from Washington, D.C., all the way down to Springfield.
Wow.
Lincoln's body went over to Michigan City, Indiana for a day on his way down here, on his way down to Springfield.
And you know, it's really kind of a shame, but it's doubtful that you're gonna find much on the colored troops. They barely kept decent records for the white troops, let alone the colored troops.
Right.
Well, the nice thing about it is it's 43 degrees, so anything we pick up will not be a bug.
No. Those mirrors are getting hazy out now.
Just got one.
Hmm?
I just got one.
Got an orb?
Yep. We are catching a lot of anomalies out here. This is incredible. I thought we'd catch a few. But you guys have been able to see them. I don't think they have moved too fast. Whoa. Now here in just a moment you'll pick up a buzzing, ticking noise. It was not audible to our ears. We didn't discover it until we were viewing the tapes after we returned home. It can only be explained as some type of an EVP or an electric pulse. There was one right there. Here in just a moment you'll see a distinctive light anomaly come around that gravestone and fly between me and the grave. Okay, we are catching a lot out here. As you can see, the moon is right up there above me. It's starting to get hazy out. I have got enough light anomalies to pretty much prove my fact. So I think I'm gonna make Mark come over here and sit on this Rev War grave for a little bit and see if he feels anything, and I'm gonna go in the car and take a nap. We would have to call the investigation of the Sumnerville Cemetery a complete success. We picked up several light anomalies and upon later examination found what can only be explained as EVPs or electromagnetic voice phenomena. We know the place is very active and we cannot wait for the next investigation.